Is breathing through the nose, if I have a deviated septum or some kind of nasal blockage, can I still do it? Do I have to still do my breath work for the nose? I would say try your best, because we know all of the negative effects of mouth breathing versus nasal breathing, and some of these have long-term effects for longevity, and especially if you're an athlete and breathing through your mouth, that can really be detrimental to your health in the long term. We know this with epidemic size, exercise-induced bronchoconstriction, exercise-induced asthma are very common in athletes. Primarily breathing through the mouth, over-breathing and hyperventilating. This is not a good path. It's why our system is the closed balance system. We don't train that way. We don't recommend athletes to breathe that way. Unfortunately, we have a country that is primarily breathing through the mouth through all exercise. So the short answer is try to learn to breathe through your nose. Some people will then actually look at surgery. You have to look and see if surgery is right, depending on the nasal blockage. I would want to know what the success rate is, depending on your situation is, or the outcome of what nasal surgery would do for you. I know it affects with asthma too. Should I still try to breathe through my nose? Yes, you should. I know that there's a whole book I've just recently read on people with asthma, and it's the same process to improve asthmatic responses. Breathing low, slow, and deep through the nose is going to train you, because there's also I believe a psychological aspect to, not only physiological, but a psychological aspect to asthma that can trigger an asthma attack. I found that in runners. A friend of mine who's an endurance runner hadn't had an asthma attack in many years, and then all of a sudden they had one during a race. Well, if you think about it, in a race, you've got someone chasing you, you got somebody in front of you, you're running as hard as you can. All those things are triggers for technically a fight or flight. You've put yourself in a fight or flight nervous system, and it could respond with something like an asthma attack and shortness of breath, and you're gasping for air, blowing out too much CO2. All of the conditions are ripe for an asthma attack. So again, learning to breathe and control your breathing and directing the air. We know that the air through the nose directs better. It's more focused. There's less air just being squandered. Like through the mouth, you've got air going everywhere, and you're over-breathing, it's going in too fast. That's where bronchoconstriction comes in and all the issues with that. So yes, breathing through the nose is the goal. Even if you have asthma, you should check with your doctor on that.